And welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Make sure you subscribe to the IE Media Group YouTube channel. We're going to start off this segment with some boys soccer. We've been closely following the Cajon boys soccer team because they are one of the top teams in all of the CIF Southern Section and the front runner for the Citrus Belt League title. But things got a little bit tighter in the CBL as Redlands East Valley was able to pull off an upset this past Friday night. Let's take you out to Rev. Beautiful but chilly night for soccer. That's how we like it in the month of January. Wildcats, first half on the attack. Alan Benitez the shot, but Juan Pablo Rodriguez is there for the save for the Cowboys. On the other end, Cajon's number 4, Antonio Sanchez, lines up the free kick, boots it into the box, but Rev goalie Tate Whitmore comes flying out for the stop. The Cowboys, Jaden Torres would score in the opening minute of the second half to give Cajon a 1-zip lead, but Rev would respond right after the corner kick, and the Wildcats' Matt Thorig heads it home to knot the match at 1. A little bit of a light celebration inside the stadium as well for the Wildcats. Even at 1, later in the second half, still tied. Derry Zamora, the free kick, but there's the Rev keeper again, Whitmore, making the stop. Then it's Rev with the throw-in in their attacking third. Logan Ashton, the cross, and Cruz Navarro on the putback. Watch the amazing header. The cross is put back into the box, and there is Navarro, the go-ahead goal. And it was a great goal. The Wildcats go up 2-1 on Cajon. Time running out on the first place Cowboys, trailing by 1. Zamora's free kick comes up empty. And here's the final play of the game. Another free kick for Cajon. Final seconds into the box. It's a mad scramble. Players falling on the ball. And there's the final whistle. That's how this one ends. Rev upsets Cajon, the CBL leader. 2-1 the final score. The second place Wildcats are now just a point behind the first place Cowboys in the CBL. So that was a really good match. Cajon still in first place, but they've got some company now towards the top as we go into the final couple games of the regular season. All right, so that was CBL boys soccer. I guess upsets were in the air on Friday night as we go to boys basketball. Redlands East Valley is in first place in boys basketball in the CBL. They picked up a big win against Cajon this past Friday, but the big game this past Friday night went down at Yucaipa High School. The T-Birds taking on that team, Beaumont. This is a rivalry game now in the CBL. Beaumont held a 27-24 lead at halftime. Third quarter, Beaumont quarterback from the football team, Chris Cooper, also a great basketball player, drives inside for 2. Cougars up by 5. Later in the third quarter, the Thunderbirds answer. Malik Young with the nice look to Jonathan Campbell for the basket inside. Now we move to the fourth quarter. Back the other way for the Cougars. Sean Avina in the corner for 3. And count that one. 36-30, Beaumont on top. Then the Young to Campbell combo would strike again for Yucaipa. Great pass, great basket by Campbell, and the foul. The Thunderbirds are back within 4. Then it's Jelani Powell inside for Yucaipa. The Thunderbirds keeping it close. That basket makes it 38-35. Beaumont still in the lead, but not for long. Jackson Lerma drives baseline for Yucaipa, and he gets the basket. And then a little bit later, the T-Birds are down by just a point, but they finally break through and take the lead on this Campbell basket. 41-40, Yucaipa gains the lead. The T-Birds now trying to hang on for the win at home. Beaumont would get the ball back, now down by 3 after the missed free throw. Final seconds of the game, and the Cougars cannot get a shot off in time. Yucaipa with an emotional win against rival Beaumont, 43-40 the final score. The T-Birds held the Cougars to just 13 points in the second half. As I mentioned, Redlands East Valley is all alone in first place in the CBL. Beaumont was trying to stay on their heels, but that was a big win by Yucaipa in CBL play. Speaking of CBL play, as we come into the final couple of games in the regular season through the end of January and end of February, not only are we talking about teams winning league titles, but we're talking about teams fighting for their playoff lives. Remember, the top 3 teams in the CBL will get those automatic qualifiers. And for girls basketball in the CBL, which is ultra competitive, Cajon's got some competition to finish in the top 3. They had a very important game on the road at Redlands East Valley. Let's go to those highlights here. Cowgirls, Wildcats, second quarter, all tied at 11. Cajon's Nevaeh Hernandez gets the follow-up, and the follow-up jumper falls as the Cowgirls take the lead. Then later, Cajon doing a great job at beating the Rev full court press. The Cowgirls work the ball up to Hernandez, and she's got the basket and the foul. Cajon takes a 6-point lead. On the other end, nice passing by the Wildcats, and Genesis Herrera, only a freshman, is able to finish down low for Rev. Hernandez had a great game for Cajon. Later, she's going to drive inside, but this time the drive in the dish to Yunasia Nolly for the hoop and the harm. What a pass. It's a 7-point Cajon lead. Get in there. The Wildcats would answer coming up. Amaya Singer, the steal and the bucket for Rev. Rev makes it a 1-point game at halftime, but Cajon pulls out the 43-35 win on the road at Rev. And as I mentioned, that was an important win for the Cowgirls to beat Redlands East Valley as they battle for the second and third place spots right now in the CBL. Anything can happen. It's still up for grabs. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Thank you for tuning in. You know what to do. Subscribe to the IE Media Group YouTube channel. More great highlights and interviews coming up on the next episode. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on Sports Weekly on IEMG.